Hey everyone, this is Daryl, aka The D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and today I'm having my video for Airborne Sapper, his 200 subscriber giveaway. If you haven't seen his stuff, really good stuff. And also, let me say this: he is also a former military man, and I support you greatly and thank you so much for all you've done for our country. And he's told some stories on there about. Being overseas and doing stuff and just little things to kind of get him away from just having to go out and do stuff, some military stuff as well, and just stuff to get his mind off of it. And dude, thank you so much. My uncle was in the Marines for like 20 some odd years. And thank you again for your service. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope everyone else does too and shows great appreciation for that. But he has a great idea. This is the best idea I've heard so far for his questions for his giveaway. And it was create your own Comic Con. And I thought this is a great idea. This is a brilliant idea. And he has, let's see, 8 questions to answer in creating your own Comic Con. First one is name your con. Well, the Simply Incredible podcast, it's going to be the Simply Incredible Con. So there you go. That was easy for me. The Simply Incredible Con. This one right here, the question 2, I was going all kinds of different directions with this one, is name 2 headliners, dead or alive, to headline your Comic Con. And I was like, man, Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee. I thought that would have been awesome because I love these 2 guys. But it came down to this. And it also goes to a question that's later. And I picked Christopher Reeves and Muhammad Ali. And it goes back to that iconic cover of a comic book, Muhammad versus Superman. And I thought that would be so awesome if you could have those 2 guys back when they were healthy, before their injuries and stuff, and then later before they passed away. How cool would that be? Superman in his prime and Muhammad Ali in his prime. That would have been so cool to have. Great question too, by the way. Name 3 artists or writers to be at the con. And this is man, there's millions of them. Well, maybe not millions, but there's a huge long list. But I went with Alex Ross. I love his work. And if you watch my videos, pretty much anytime you see me with a new Alex Ross cover, I'm almost giddy over it. I really am. So that's one. Then one of them I had to go really old school, Bob Kane. One of the creators of Batman. Really created and started Batman. I mean, come on. For me, you guys know I'm a huge DC fan. And Sapper, I know you're not. you're more Marvel than DC, but that's okay. That's all right. I forgive you. But Bob Kane, I think would be awesome. And the third one, it's so many great artists out there, great writers out there. But I went again old school with I was gonna say wow, who was I gonna say? Wow. But anyway, I'll remember who that other name was in a second. But I'm going with Steve Ditko. Old school co-creator with Stan Lee, with Spider-Man and many other things. Jack Kirby is another one that I was like right there with them too. So, those guys, those kind of old school guys that really created some of the legends of comic books. So for me, those are kind of some of them that I would really love to meet. And the reason I picked a couple of these really older guys is because you're not going to see these guys at Comic Cons. And that's why. I mean, a lot of the current people you might find at cons here and there. And that's why I picked these 3. Well, yeah, those 3. Because Alex Ross, I guess he might do some cons. None of the ones I've been to, I've seen him at. But I assume he's out there somewhere. But I don't know. I'm not even sure, to be quite frank and honest with you, I'm not sure if he is still alive or not. I actually looked this up because I was actually surprised to see this, but Ditko is actually still alive. I was actually shocked when I read that. That really kind of blew my mind. Question 4, what movie cast would I like to see at a Comic Con? Again, extremely difficult question because there's so many great movies that I absolutely love, but I went to one that I feel like these guys have been to cons and probably will go to many cons. many of them, and that's Mallrats. I love Mallrats. It's one of those movies that I can sit down and watch over and over, and I have watched it on more than one occasion. Probably watched it a minimum 50 times. But to have that whole group together would be great, and included in that group is Stan Lee. Ben Affleck's in it. Who else? Jason Lee. Man, just so many great characters. Shannon Doherty's in it. And wow, I can't even think of some other guys. Oh, Jay and Silent Bob, obviously. Man, who? It's just a huge group of for me, great characters. Oh, Michael Rooker, he's in it. I know Rooker. You can find him at a lot of Comic Cons. From Merle from The Walking Dead, for those who don't know. And so, if that would be great for me, because I love these guys, love that movie. It's one of the funniest movies for me, and it's one of those I've quoted on many occasions. TV cast at a con. What TV cast? I actually picked two, but one of them would be Chuck. If you guys ever seen the TV show Chuck, love it. But here's why I actually went away from that one, because like San Diego, they're there every year. Zach Levy and Yvonne Strahovski. Zachary Levy, he has his own thing, Nerd HQ. So he's at San Diego every year, and he hosts his own panels and stuff. And Yvonne Strahovski, she is there every year. So that's the only reason I didn't pick them. Alec Baldwin also from that show. But I went with Seinfeld. Huge Seinfeld fan. Absolutely love Seinfeld for the longest time. And to me, I've recently started finding out, and it's kind of surprising, but apparently the show about nothing is kind of polarizing. A few of my friends are like, they absolutely hate it. And a few of my friends think, like me, it's one of the best shows ever created. So to me, that would be awesome. Now, if I went really old school, because he said, like, on any of these questions, it'd be artists, dead or alive. But if I went really old school, I might go I Love Lucy, or what was that old show? The Honeymooners from way back in the day. Ralph Cramden, Ed Norton, those guys. I love that show. Love that show way back in the day. So, but I'm going with Seinfeld because these guys, yeah, probably not. Those guys probably would not do a Comic Con, but I love the show. Next, what wrestler, professional wrestler? He says if you're into wrestling, what wrestler would you like to have at a con? Man, one of my favorite current wrestlers, which I know most people despise this guy, and that's The Miz, but that's not who I would pick. I'm going Sapper. He went with who did he pick? Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is probably my second pick. My first pick is going to be The Rock. He's one of those people that I would like to just hang out with. He just seems like the coolest, most down to earth, obscenely high profile superstar you'll ever find. He's just a huge celebrity, but he always seems down to earth. So he's one of those guys I would love to just to sit down with, hang out with, talk with, and just, I think it'd be fun. And I was thinking about going a little bit older school, and maybe, let's see, from like the 80s. I was a huge fan of Ricky Steamboat when I was younger. So that, he'd be like a little bit further back, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, that would probably be my first pick. Let's see, band at the con, band or an artist to be at the con. Musical artist, by the way, not, we already did the painting artist. But I actually picked a combo, and for some reason these are two of my favorites, and they're really kind of diverse. That's Metallica. I'm a huge Metallica fan, and I'm also a huge Lady Gaga fan. I know that's kind of weird to say, Metallica, Lady Gaga. I know, but I see they're going to be, both of them are going to be at the Grammys, and I thought, how cool would it be to hear Metallica come out and start playing Nothing Else Matters, have Lady Gaga come out and sing with them. Yes, I know. I'm sure I'm getting booed like nobody's business right now, but huge fan of those two. So I would like to have a collaborative effort there. But if I only get one, I'm taking Metallica. But if I get both of them, we're putting Gaga in the mix. And last, what kind of a pop vinyl exclusive would I have? And I'm going back to the Christopher Reeves, Muhammad Ali. Have the Superman versus Muhammad Ali 2-pack. That to me would be the best. That's a comic book I've wanted for a long time. and hopefully at some point I can get it. Who was it? Where is it at? Do I have it down here? Probably hitting down here. Wait, you know what? Right here. For those who don't know, all right, I know I should have already had this out when I started, but this right here is a takeoff on that Superman versus Muhammad, and so that to me would be so cool to have a pop vinyl. I know it's Harley, we know, but that would be so awesome to have a pop vinyl of Muhammad Ali versus Superman. That would be awesome. A great two-pack. Now, there's another one I thought would be really, really cool as well if I went with the Bruce Lee theme and have Bruce Lee versus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from, was it Game of Death? I think it was Game of Death. But, or Enter the Dragon. Which one was it? I can't think of which one it was. Doggone it. I've watched these movies so many times. I can't remember which one it was. But when, as Bruce is going up the different levels to the top of this building, and he's got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kareem kicks him, and you see Kareem's foot on that yellow onesie. I don't know what else you want to call it that Bruce was wearing. And it's, his foot is like from almost the top of his chest, almost down to his belly button, and it's awesome. And that'd be a cool two-pack as well. But I'm going with Superman versus Muhammad Ali. That's all I got on that. That was his questions, and he also had a few guys he wanted us to check out. So I'm definitely going to subscribe to theirs as well because I love seeing more people they're doing videos and stuff of their comic book collections and other collections as well. So that is awesome. Good job for adding those as well. So that's his entry contest. And so Sapper, I don't know what else to call you, so I'm calling you Sapper. I don't know if you're Airborne Sapper. I don't know. I'm calling you Sapper. And if that's wrong, I do apologize. Dang, I should have done that at the beginning of the video. But anyway, great stuff. Keep up your awesome content. If you guys that watch my channel have not watched his, definitely check him out. Awesome guy. Really good stuff. So that's all I got. And congrats on 200. Keep it up, my friend. And you guys have an incredible day.